The task of the modern educator is not to cut down jungles, but to irrigate deserts. Imagine yourself as a living house. God comes in to rebuild that house. At first, perhaps you can understand what he is doing. He is getting the drains right and stopping the leaks in the roof and so on. You knew that those jobs needed doing, and so you are not surprised. But presently, he starts knocking the house about in a way that hurts abominably and does not seem to make any sense. What on earth is he up to? The explanation is that he is building quite a different house from the one you thought of, throwing out a new wing here, putting on an extra floor there, running up towers, making courtyards. You thought you were being made into a decent little cottage, but he is building a palace. He intends to come and live in it himself. The Christian does not think God will love us because we are good, but that God will make us good because he loves us. There are far, far better things ahead than any we leave behind. To be a Christian means to forgive the inexcusable because God has forgiven the inexcusable in you. We are not necessarily doubting that God will do the best for us. We are wondering how painful the best will turn out to be. Crying is all right in its way while it lasts, but you have to stop sooner or later, and then you still have to decide what to do. Love is not affectionate feeling, but a steady wish for the loved person's ultimate good as far as it can be obtained. I have learned now that while those who speak about one's miseries usually hurt, those who keep silence hurt more. God can't give us peace and happiness apart from himself because there is no such thing. Look for yourself, and you will find in the long run only hatred, loneliness, despair, rage, ruin, and decay. But look for Christ, and you will find him, and with him everything else thrown in. Mental pain is less dramatic than physical pain, but it is more common and also more hard to bear. The frequent attempt to conceal mental pain increases the burden. It is easier to say, "My tooth is aching," than to say, "My heart is broken." He died not for men, but for each man. If each man had been the only man made, he would have done no less. Courage is not simply one of the virtues, but the form of every virtue at the testing point. If we find ourselves with a desire that nothing in this world can satisfy, the most probable explanation is that we were made for another world.